each week. We're going to start with breath work, simply because breath is the key to stimulating circulation throughout the body. It's the first thing that we do when we begin our life, and it's the last thing we do at the end of our life, as we transition into whatever is life beyond this one that we are familiar with. When we are doing our breath, remember, it is something that is with us wherever you go, and you can control it. It's going to happen like a miracle, whether we are thinking about it or not. We're going to start with some slow breath. Our suggestions for today were to think about things that could help with digestion, anxiety, stress, trauma, neck and shoulders, an area where we carry it all, also in our hips. So we'll be working through all of those. We'll be repeating some things that we've done in the past, just so the repetition will help instill a memory in your body. Throw in some new stuff today too. Whatever we're doing, whether it's easy or not so much for you today, depending on how you feel, remember the breath is what we want to concentrate on. So we're going to start with our spinal cord breathing, and that is to stimulate circulation through the spinal column, waking up that spinal column and letting the blood move up into the brain. So you can do this on a chair if you choose, or you can do it standing. So I'll sit, and I want you, if you are sitting, to be on the front of the chair. You're standing, you want your legs a little bit wide so that you have the ability to step out and then sometimes step in and round. So this curling back is a flexion and extension of the spine. And our whole goal is to think about that forward and back movement, okay? So in a chair, you're forward. Inhale, curl the tailbone back and look up, put a smile on your face. Remember, if you have a mask on, a smile will show in your eyes. Exhale, tuck the chin in, elbows together, press your spine back, empty your breath. Inhale, curl the tailbone back, squeeze in the shoulders, look to the sky. Exhale. Inhale, up, curl the tailbone back, squeeze those shoulder blades in. Put that smile on your face. Exhale, press the spine back. Inhale, up, curl the tailbone, squeeze in the shoulders, chin to sky. Exhale. Inhale, look up, roll the tailbone back. Exhale. Feel free to open your mouth if you're feeling a lot of tension or dis-ease today. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale, big smile. Fake it if you don't feel it. Exhale. Inhale. The chin up just to massage the neck. Exhale, chin in, tailbone under. Push back to the spine as your elbows come together. Again, inhale, up. And exhale. And lower your hands to your lap, or just lay them to your side if you're standing. Close your eyes for a moment. Bring your attention to your palms and fingertips. Feeling a little tingly, or you're feeling a bit lightheaded, that is normal. That is what we call chi, or that life energy that we're cultivating. So that is what we want. Now we're going to make the spinal movement a little bigger today. So I'll demonstrate in a chair, and then I'm going to stand up to do the movement with you. If you're sitting, feel free to know you're not going to lose anything. This is a bigger extension of the movement we just did, but it feels really nice if you're able to go bigger. Otherwise, you'll just repeat what we just did, okay? So we're going to open up, and then we're going to bring your arms forward like a wave. And then roll forward like you're rolling over a ball. Tucking under the tailbone, imagine that big ball that you see people have in their home that they're supposed to be exercising with. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale. So just like a wave, you're going to lean back as much as is comfortable, looking up, and folding out and over that ball. Think about having that ball in your hands. So you're going to kind of roll up with the ball. Tucking the tailbone under, opening into the sky. Like a big wave. Exhale, tailbone comes out. Look more under the arms today. Remember these areas that have deep bends in the body. We want to keep that flow moving through so we don't compress the arteries. Inhale. Nice big smile. Exhale. Imagine you're one of those floppy things at a used car sales place. And do one more if you're able. At your own pace. And then just bring your arms to the side when you're completed, palms out, close the eyes again. We're giving ourselves a moment to be inside the body, noticing any subtle differences in how you're feeling. Opening your eyes, we're going to do a little more movement with your arms today than we have in the past. Again, if you have injury or surgery scars that are not making you feel comfortable, you don't have to do the full expression of the movement. A little bit means a lot, right? So we're going to do a little bit of a bigger arm swing with our twist. And the key to this is to keep your knees bent and think of your hip as the beginning of the movement. We're just going to swing our arms around big, like you have a big hula hoop that you're holding on to and swinging it around the outside edge of your body. Just let your arms fly through the sky. Keeping a bend in your knees, bring the hip forward, and then gently bringing your hands into a light fist. As we swing around nice and open, we're going to tap the front of the hip and at the lower back. Go faster if you choose to. Go slower if you like. Now we're going to bring our waving arms in a little tighter. So the arms can stay open. We're just making the movement a little smaller. And then tap underneath the ribs. Opening the liver on the right side. And giving a little tap into the spleen and pancreas on the left side of the body. This tapping can be done lightly or more forcefully, whatever feels right for your body today. Try to tap under the ribs in the back of the body. That's where our adrenal and kidneys are. Get those adrenals flushed out, so we're letting go of any cortisol that might be a buildup there. Just release it into the body, and now come up and tap under your collarbone. Tapping those lung meridians. This is the only way you should ever be beating yourself up, not with your thoughts. And now slightly go back down the body, back to the hips. And we concentrate on the hips here because these are the biggest mass of bone in the body. Going to stimulate the white blood cell count that's generated in this area. And then today, when you're done swinging your arms, bend your wrists so your palms are facing the earth. Fingers are spread, but you're not reaching out to the fingers. Soften your shoulders, bring your head back so that your ears are over your shoulders. Chin is level to the floor. Eyes are closed for a moment. And very gently, with your eyes closed, imagine that the center of your palms are circling the tip of a needle. Very gentle, tiny little circle. If you struggle with vertigo, try picking a spot in the downward gaze. We're going to reverse our little tiny circles in the other direction. It's connecting with that earth energy that's coming up from the earth through our legs. So we feel our palms swimming in that energy. Take that earth energy and we're going to bring it up through our body. So step a little wider if you're able. If you're in a chair, you can easily just sit forward and we're going to bend forward and scoop. Like you're carrying, again, think of that big ball. You're going to bring it up the front of your body. And then as you exhale, the palms face the body and we're going to shh. You're standing, scoop. Inhale. Follow your fingers. Turn the palms to the body without touching. Exhale. Shh. Triple warmer sound. Inhale. Up. Exhale. Shh. Try one more and make the sound if you haven't yet. Inhale, like you're saying she without the E. Now we're going to take our palms and we're going to start brushing across the chest and down the arm. Remember, and you can step while you're doing this. Just a little light step. We're not going anywhere. Just lifting and dropping. No, touching, not dropping your feet. Very softly. This kind of movement, cross patterning, brushing down that heart meridian, sending any heat or anxiety that might be trapped in our body. Send it down. So heat comes up and we want to send it back down and out. Now this cross patterning is to help balance out the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. So when we get a little tense and anxious, we want to bring it back into that calm place. The other thing we can do now is we're going to brush down the front. So there's a water wheel image. Kidneys are in the bottom, and the heart is at the top. So we're going to bring the heat down as the water comes up. Cooling movement, nice and slow. So now we're going to take it even slower, and as you exhale, just brush down lightly. Barely touch your skin, come all the way down across your thigh. Exhale and sink into the leg that you're brushing down. Slow it down. Be aware of your breath throughout this class, because when we're moving fast, the breath wants to activate to that movement, right? On each side. There are many forms of Qigong. We're sticking with those that are part of medical Qigong, doing the practices that help stimulate circulation and well-being in the body. We're going to transition to your kidneys and do some brushing. So hands at the back and brushing down. You could also do little circles if you prefer, but the movement downward is to bring that circulation down into the body. It's a warming for the kidneys. So if you choose, if you have a little lower back pain, little circles of rubbing, like you're waxing a car, and then brush down. One more little round circles, and this time we're going to come all the way down the back of your legs, the kidney meridian. Sweep off the heels. Come back to the kidneys, down the back of the legs. Exhale. One more. All right, we'll do a bonus one. One more. Great. Okay, so you don't get too dizzy by leaning over. We'll do another variation of water wheel. This one is done mostly through the movement. So think of yourself as if you were bringing a bountiful bucket of water and you're gently going to pour it. Hands stay parallel to each other. Just as if you have a ball, you can bring your hands behind you a little bit. And exhaling down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. So breathe in through the nose, and if you're having a stressful morning, breathe out through your mouth. That's a nice way to get rid of stagnant energy. Even think of letting your spine flow a little more. Remember that little undulating movement of the spine we were doing earlier? You could add that movement gently as you're doing your wave. More. Now we're going to reverse. So breathe up, washing over the chest. Pulling the kidneys, water up to the heart, sinking down. Inhale, lift up, exhale. Nice and slow and soft. Do one more. Step your feet together. Bring your palms over top of one another. Press in as if you were squeezing a ball. See if you can notice that energy between the palms. Maybe leave one hand still and rotate the other palm. Press down. Play around with that a little bit. So this is the healing energy that we have within us that we're activating. Just brush your hands apart a little bit and back in. Feel that energy moving around in your palm and just trust that it's flowing throughout your whole body. Because it is. So now we're going to just gently move from your weight from one leg to the other. Remember, we were been playing around with being substantial and empty like a feather. So sink without popping into the hip. You don't have to lift your foot off the floor. Just doing it as a little demo that you went all the way to one side so the other side is empty. Playing around with feeling full and empty. Now we're going to step a little wider into this chair. Sorry. And I'm going to part my palms. I'm going to sink the weight into one leg, and that hand is going to come up. I'm going to turn the palm up. The other hand's going to come down. I'm going to stretch out. So spread your fingers. The back heel lifts up off the ground. The toes stay on the ground. The weight's forward. Look out at the top of your fingertips. And then coming back. Exhale, bottom hand slides forward, top hand slides back, parting the mane. Stretch out the fingers, spread them out, reach out. Heel lifts up in the back, and then sink down in the middle as the palms come together. This is your neutral spot, 50-50, both feet. Inhale. Top hand. We can turn the palms to the sky. And come back. At the other side. And traditionally, top hand or the hand in the front is up and the palm in the back is down. But if you switch one, it's okay. Reach out to the fingers. Back, 50-50. Part the mane. Reach up. Stretch out. like that. We'll do one more to each side. So like you're parting a mane. Bottom hand extends up, spread the fingers, reach through the tendons of your fingers. This is a tendon move. Come back. And last time. Stretch. And bring your feet back. We're going to brush down again. So we're about to transition into a new season from winter to spring. That's exhilarating, isn't it? We're going to soon be thinking more of the wood element or the liver. So in this time of transition, we move from the kidneys as the more dominant organ connected to this season to the liver. So just as we massage the liver, the kidneys, you can do little massages to the organs. This little rounding massage inward can be done specifically to each side of the body, but traditionally we make circles around the whole abdomen. You don't have to press in, we're just rubbing, like rubbing your belly. Very comforting. This is called spiraling in the chi. And usually we start below the belly button, little spirals. And we make our circles bigger, coming up to liver, spleen, pancreas, gallbladder. Make a little larger, coming up over the chest, encompassing the lungs and the heart. And we're going to reverse those circles, and we're going to spiral back in. You wonder how many times you should do this. Our rule of 9 applies in these traditions, so it's either 9 or 18 or 36. You can pick. If you have digestive issues, sometimes we would pet our animals and forget that our skin is an organ, and this brushing that we've done helps to calm the body, just the same as it does when you calm your pet. So next we're going to do a little more active. If you need to sit down, you're welcome to sit for this. Remember, there's always an option. But let's work a little bit on balance so that we stick with keeping our body able to stay vertical when we want it to be. Lift your toes up. I don't know if you can see my toes or not from where I'm standing. So I have all my toes lifted up off the floor. And when you do this, shoes off is easier. You can feel all 4 corners of your feet. So if you struggle with balance, this is something that I will encourage you to practice. Remember, you can do this while you're standing at a stove, stirring a pot, stirring cream in your coffee, whatever it is. Lifting your toes, just remind your body to put the weight over the inside and outside of the ball and the heel of your foot. And with the toes lifted, all the weight is centered over the body. You feel the weight shifted over the heel. We're going to keep those toes lifted and now spread them out and lay them all down. And today, because one of our requests was something that was related to feeling trauma as we identify with what's happening in our world around us, I want you to keep your feet grounded on the floor. We're going to do a little grounding moment. I'm going to do what's called an isometric movement, meaning I'm not doing a big bend of any kind. My feet are going to stay just as you planted them. I'm going to lean over just so I can show you with my hands what I'm doing. I want you to take your ankles and push the inside ankle toward the outside ankle. And if you look down and watch, you're going to see your knees move out a little bit. I'm not moving my feet. I'm just pressing out. And when you do that, you're going to feel your legs be active. So yeah, to stay tall. I bent over to show you what I'm doing, but I want you to stay tall. So here is where you're pushing out. And as you do that, you're going to feel the strength up through your legs. Right? Tuck under your tailbone, lift your ribs a little bit from your hips, squeeze your shoulder blades in behind you. Let your arms hang. And now shift your ears back over your shoulders. Keep those ankles activated. And as you like, you can close your eyes. Feel how strong you feel in this pose. You're rooted into the earth. Many of you know I used to teach in a classroom. I use this so frequently. It is very helpful when you're in stressful situations and you aren't able to express your angst, or you're just knowing that you're in a hopeless situation where there's nothing you can do to help someone else, like our friends in the Ukraine. Here we are, but we can send this energy to them and this strength and bring it up through our body, instilling that sense of strength within ourselves. Eyes closed for a moment to see how that feels with your eyes closed, with your legs nice and strong and rooted into the earth. Feel yourself wiggling a little more. Try pressing the ankles out a little bit more. And then your choice. If you're standing, just notice when you release your ankles, your eyes closed, you're going to sway a little bit. So feel free to choose whether or not you do that, if you want to hold on to something. But you'll notice a difference in how the body is trying to find its sense of center without you making your body sway. It happens naturally. These little radars in our body are there to help us with balance. So this is a way that you can strengthen those balance receptors, practicing activating those ankles. So we're going to keep our active ankles with that strong leg. And I want you to point your chin and just let your hands slide down your legs so you feel supported. And turn and see what I'm doing. And come down as far as you can. And then bring the chin in, roll the shoulders, and press your spine up to the sky. Activate your ankles so you feel the strength in your legs and you're nice and strong as you're rolling up one vertebrae at a time. If you feel a little lightheaded, that's normal. Big breath in. We're going to do windmill. So windmill we've done before. And again, it is using the hands above your head. If this is not comfortable, you will modify. We're crossing the thumbs and the fingers lay over top of each other. Okay. Keep your feet as they are. I'm going to do this 3/4 view and I'll turn for a round 2. I think first I'll do it with my back to you because I want you to see. Remember we did that shifting? You're going to be shifting from one side to the other, but not in a dramatic way. So my hands are going to come up and I'm not holding my arms up. They're just laying there. Now I'm going to bring my arms toward the back of my ears. So from the side, arms come back. So you don't need to do a back bend unless you feel like that's something you want to do today. And then as you exhale, curl your tailbone back, look straight ahead and bring your hands straight in front of your eyes. We're not dropping them low. Inhale, arms are empty, knees are bent. Bring the arms back to the back of your head. And now I'm going to shift into my right leg. I'm going to turn to face the left leg. And as I exhale, I shift the weight into the left leg and fold halfway. So look at my arms, they're not low, they're in line with my ears. This can get tiring. So if I'm leaning to the left, I'm going to push through the heel of my right hand and slide to the other side. Halfway across, push through the heel of your left hand. And then inhale, lean back to the left. Come back to center, lean to the right. Exhale, lean forward to the left. Push through the heel of your right hand, slide, switch as you push into the left heel of the hand. The windmill, lean back to the left. It's a gentle movement, good. Come back, and we're going to switch sides. We're going to lean back to the left. And then we're going to shift over the right leg. Everything's bent. Push to the heel of your left hand. Slide halfway. Push to the heel of your right hand. Lifting up. Lean back into your right leg. Come to center. Lean back into the left leg. Slide out over the right leg. Press through the heel of the hands as you come over to the left. Up, bring your arms to the back of your head, look to the sky. You're going to bring your body to center. You're going to bend halfway. Inhale, lift up. Arms come back, open your heart. Feel the space under your arms opening. Lean halfway. Come back up to center. Bring your feet and hands together. Let's just shake everything out. So I know you're probably going to want to sit after that. That was a really tiring one. Okay, so let's come into your chair. And if you still need more shaking, you can lift and tap your heels. We can just do the upper body part, or if your arms are really tired, just do the shoulders lifting and dropping. You can do all of it if you want. So your choice, feel free to stand or sit. And then just again, stand or sit with your palms open. If you're sitting, you could lay them on your knees. If you're standing, they're out to the side. Move your head back so we don't have it forward. And keep the spine long. Bring your attention to the sound of your breath. And while we're here, just bring your breath into that slow space. And now bringing one hand forward, we'll do this a little bit for fingers and hands. So my palm is to the sky. Take the other hand and pull the fingers back and push through the heel of the hands. Just bring the fingers back toward your elbows. Push. For that openness in the elbow, remember this is one of the deep bends in our body. You want to keep open, just like our armpit. And the groin and the back of the knees. Those are the 8 points where we have the most areas of compression. Now release the hand and curl your palm up. Make a big circle. Turn the thumb up and then roll the hand under. Spiral the fingers. Back of the hand comes up and around. Fingers point down. We're going to come back up. You're washing a window. Bring the thumb down. Roll the wrist. Bring the back of the hand up. Smear the window. Curl the palm down. Open the hand. Come back. Back of the hand. Roll the wrist. So this little tendon work is good to keep the circulation going through the areas that get stuck. So we're usually bending our wrist if you're working on a computer a lot. So these are little tendon exercises that are helpful to keep circulation moving through your hands. Both ways. Roll the fingers in and then roll them back out. Do that a couple of times. Beautiful hand work. Let's go to the other side. So start with your hand out, pull the fingers back. Push through the heel of the hand. Notice that openness, maybe in the elbow. Removing the hand. Start spreading the fingers, wash the window, turn the thumb down, rotate, bring back the hand up. Roll the wrist, palm comes up. Explore what's going to work with your hand. It may feel a little different. The way your fingers move you've got arthritis or anything, these are helpful moves. Helps to bring the circulation back up into the wrist and joints of the hand. So you can play around with it. There's no real sequence. We're just curling the fingers. Think of it brushing on, brushing off, palm out, palm down, fingers spread, roll them in, all the way from one side to the other. Down, curl the fingers, roll the wrist. So we've done a lot already with our arms. We've done the swimming dragon in the past, but instead, today we did this other joint work, just as a substitute so that you're not always moving your arm above your head, especially if that's not comfortable for you. But let's go back to working through the tension that is in the neck and shoulders. So bring your arms to the side. We're gonna do the wise owl today. Wise owl, ladies. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Squeeze your shoulder blades. So we're opening the heart. Move your head back. Just keep making sure our ears are over our shoulders. And now let your arms drop to the side, keeping that space under your arm as if you have an egg. Fingers are spread wide. You're going to turn and look over the shoulder like you're looking behind you. Keep your eyes really wide open. You're trying to see what's happening. The eyes connect to the liver. Every external sense has an internal organ that it connects with. Bring your head back to center. Release your arms for a moment. Close your eyes. And just notice any difference in how that side of your body feels. And then opening the palms again, stretching strong through those fingers like there's rays of energy streaming out through the fingertips into the earth. Turn your head up over the opposite shoulder. Stretch your eyes, keep them wide open. The other side feels different. Make sure your chin is level with the shoulder. Make some large exhales, releasing any tightness that might be there. And then coming back. Soften your arms in your lap. Close your eyes again just to check in. Next, we're going to do the second variation. So all the fingers are together. Arms are in that similar position. We're just going to rotate the little finger side up like you have a cup of rain that's coming in, filling up into the palm of your hand. Squeeze the shoulders back, drop them down, move your head back, keep the little finger side up, and this time, move your ear over one shoulder and stretch down through the opposite arm. So if your head is over your right shoulder, you're stretching down through your left arm. Talk to both shoulders, make sure they're not trying to creep up toward your head. If it feels really tight, open mouth, exhale. Keeping your head heavy, gently guide your ear toward the back side of the top of the shoulder. So you're going to feel your jaw lifting gently toward the sky. Keep your teeth away from each other. You can part your mouth. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then with the eyes closed, bring your head to the front side of the shoulder. Notice how that transition is expressed through the top of the shoulder, to the back of the body, down the arm into the fingers. Visualize an open pathway, so as you're releasing your breath, Any dis-ease in the body is flowing down to the arm and out to the fingertips. Bring the ear back over the middle of the shoulder. Keeping the eyes closed, bring your head back up to center. And then tilt your head over the other shoulder. Reach down to the opposite arm. Stretching out to that arm as if someone's pulling on it. Gently roll your ear toward the back side of the shoulder. So the chin is lifted toward the sky. Ever so gently, and we're still stretching down. Like someone's pulling on your fingertips. The little finger is still rolled up toward the sky. All the fingers are touching each other. Bring the ear back over the shoulder and then move the head toward the front of the shoulder. Turn your ear to the center of your shoulder. Lift your head back. Leave your eyes closed for a moment and just let your arms hang heavy to your side. Or again, let your hands rest in your lap. Check in with your face. Make sure that your jaw stays soft. Any warmth in your palms and fingertips. Now we're going to slowly open your eyes. Just remember that all these movements are intended to get rid of dis-ease in the body so that energy can flow through it. So now that we've done work with the spine and the neck and the shoulders, and a little bit with the hips, it's your choice. If you're still standing, great. If you're in a chair and you want to stay there, we're just going to roll around your tailbone, and I'm going to show you if you're standing a variation. So if you're in a chair, think about dipping the shoulder, hands are on the knees, we're just stretching out that lower back. Going all the way back over the tailbone. Chin can float in toward the center of your chest and then leaning out, dipping the shoulder. As you move the shoulder over the opposite knee, you're going to feel the stretch from the shoulder blade all the way into your lower back. So if you're standing, you get a little wider with your movement, or you can just let the hips be the movement. So you have an option. We always want to keep the hips open. Remember, women are more vulnerable in the hip area because of osteoporosis or the change where we have less calcium being produced in our later life. And go in the other direction. Standing, feel free to dip the shoulders. It's just how much movement your body feels like it can take today. Tomorrow it might be different, right? It's constantly changing. And let's go in the other direction. So rotate your circles in the other way. We're going to do one more thing for bone density. So for those of you in a chair, you are perfectly fine where you're at. We're going to do a little bit of lifting and dropping the heels. You are standing, you want to stand on something, you kind of reach for the back of the chair, holding on for stability, or you can lift the arms up and drop down. Again, if you're in a chair, you can do the same, forward on the chair, lift up, drop the heels heavy, swing your arms back like you're throwing something out you want to get rid of. And that could be emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Open mouth with your exhale. Drop heavy into the heels. You don't need to run a marathon to build bone density. Thank goodness. We'll do 3 more. All those options are there so that you can choose what's going to work for you today or simply skip it. Take a little breath. Again, choose if you want to sit or stand. We are going to do the swimming dragon, and I'm going to show you how to do it if you're in a chair and you want to stay there. Sitting forward, your knees are together. And our key cue is when your hands are together at your heart. As your hands come in front of one shoulder, the knees are going to go in the other direction. And it's the same if you're standing or you're in a chair. Okay, so my hands are by my right shoulder, the knees are to the left. The hands slide across the body towards the left shoulder, the knees go to the right. I've never skied, but it kind of looks like that's what they're doing. Same kind of movement from side to side. And now we want to keep our knees together, feet stay together. We're going to make 3 circles. So inhale, bring your arms up over your head, and as the hands start to come over the circle in one direction, the knees go to the other. Cross under your chin. Then we're going to flip the palms, cross at the waist, and bending down, cross at the knees. And cross back at the waist, under the chin. Lift up into the sky, come up onto the balls of your feet if you can, or skip that part. Hands come to the heart to finish. Good. Inhale. Doesn't matter what direction you make your circles. One comes up over the head, the palms are sliding under the chin, crossing at the waist, making 3 circles. So the 3rd circle from the waist to the knee. Finish that circle. 2nd circle is between the waist and the chin. And the 3rd circle is from the chin into the sky. So smile while you're doing this because this helps to brighten your aura. If you don't care about your aura, but you want to trim waist, this is supposed to trim the waist too. That'll give you another reason to smile maybe. Breathe in. Exhaling and inhaling, long and slow. The slower the breath, slower the movement. Remember, we're not in any rush. That's what life is for. You want to be a calm, trickling stream instead of a raging river. Remember, the circles represent mind, body, and spirit. In Taoist philosophy in Asia, they also believe that the body is a vessel connecting heaven and earth. The bottom circle represents the earth. Center circle represents your body. The top circle is the heavens. I'm going to do one more. Put that big smile. Show your teeth. You paid for them. Come on. Show everybody. Good. Excellent. Thank you. This morning we did a lot of movement. It's going to come up here a little closer. When you're feeling a lot of dis-ease in the body, even if you're not moving fast, the more you can think about getting the body to move in different ways is going to really help you flush out the toxins in the body. So let's just do one more thing for our head. When we are having a lot of stress, the capillaries get constricted in the neck and the head, and we end up with headache. So we're going to start with just a very simple massage. Rub your palms together. They're nice and warm. This is called a Qi massage for your face. What we're doing is we're bringing oxygen up under the skin. So it has a rejuvenating effect, and it's said to make you look and feel more youthful. But you're all young anyway. Open your palms and lay them over your face. I'm just going to bring this down so you can see what I'm doing. Barely touching your skin. And we're going to gently slide your fingers up to the crown of your head. Feel your spine lengthen as your hands come up to the top of your head. We're going to part our hands and bring them over the ears, cupping your ears as your hands come down to the bottom of your neck. I'm going to tuck my chin in, slide my fingers to the top of the spine. Push down on either side of the vertebrae. As your fingers come near the bottom of your neck, lift your chin and let your hands come around the front of your collarbone. Very lightly again, slide your hands up the neck, up the front of your face like you have fresh spring water on your hands, coming to the crown of the head. And then parting the palms, touching the ears. It's a very light touch. Bottom of the neck, chin comes forward, fingers come to the top of the spine, press down. You can add more pressure here. Get to the bottom of the neck, bring your fingers back around and open palms. Imagine you're under a waterfall, gentle spring water splashing up and over your face. Exhaling, cup the ears. Tilt the chin forward, breathing in, fingers to the top of the spine. Pressing down once again on either side of the vertebrae. Palms open as you trace your collarbone. And just come down in front of your chest. Sending that love into your body. And now we're going to bring our palms back together. Close your eyes one more time. Know that the work you've done here may not show on the outside. But you generated that life energy that's within us and every living thing in the universe. It's that energy that shamans have used throughout the world to heal others. It's the power that we have within our own body. We can direct inward for our own healing. So as you rotate and play with that chi in your mind's eye, directed inward to your own body, your mind or your spirit, any place that could use extra support. Smile into that chi, sending in gratitude for that body you've been given to live in. Maybe each time you return to your practice, you're building that energy that stress is always chipping away at. You know, gently opening your palms, lift your hands up. You're going to cross your arms, bring them over the opposite shoulders. Give yourself a big hug. And know that even though we're not together, our spirits are. We're here to support each other and be with each other, even if it is in spirit for now. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It was my honor to have each of you here. Thanks for letting me into your home. Thanks for being here with me and the fluster of getting everything ready. Have a beautiful week. It was great to have you.